Hey there, everybody. It's Karen here, and I want to share with you a parenting tip today on how to notice positive behaviors about your kids. Now, I don't know about you, but I would tend to fall into this parenting trap of directing and correcting or criticizing and condemning my kids for the things they did or the things they didn't do. I mean, have you been there? And if someone were to record all of my interactions throughout the day, and then I were to listen to it later in the day, I mean, what would I really hear? Things like this. Hey, time to get up. Hey, you got to get ready for school. You know, you're going to be late. Did you get a shower today? Oh my gosh. Did you brush your teeth? Is all your homework done? How many towels are on the floor in your room? Are you really going to leave those dirty dishes in the sink? I mean, I could go on. I'm sure you've got plenty of statements that you probably use on your kids over and over again, but like, you get the picture. And those types of interactions just created a defensive environment in my home. Like, nobody wants to live with that. I mean, would you want to live with somebody that all they did all day long was direct and correct and, tell you the things that you needed to do or that you didn't do? And the more we push, the more they push back. So let me share with you a tip on how you can change that vibe in your house to be one of more cooperation. So try this one. Notice positive things about your kids. I mean, all your kids. All right. See, there's a lot of behaviors that I guess I just tend to expect from my kids. And I don't take the opportunity to let them know that I'm noticing it. Now, when you notice it, it reminds the kids that these are the behaviors that are valued and appreciated in my home. And I know for a lot of us, it's hard to find positive behavior to affirm, but it's in there. Especially when our kids are irking our nerve. It's really hard to find those positive behaviors. But use statements like this. I noticed that blank, you fill in the blank. Or, I see that you fill in the blank. Or, I'm watching while you fill in the blank. So let me give you a couple of examples of how you could use those statements. You could say something as simple as, I see that you're just waking up. Love you. Or you might be able to say, I noticed that you put your dishes in the dishwasher. Thanks. Or you could say, I was watching while you helped your sister with her project today. That was pretty awesome. Or you could say, I was watching while you played nicely with your brother. Or you also might say, I can see that you're pretty frustrated with this homework assignment. Just notice things, acknowledge these kids and what they're doing and the positive behaviors or even the emotions that they're experiencing, noticing. Like I said, sometimes we just take it for granted, the positive behavior that we expect, right? I expected it. Why do I need to stroke you to do the things that I expect you to do? And then we just end up finding that the only dialogue we're having with these kids all day long is directing and correcting and nagging and hagging, okay? So if you are having trouble thinking of positive things that you can notice in your kids, take a couple moments and just jot a few things down. I mean, like I said, I know that I find it hard to see the positive in the day when I'm in my busy mode and I'm stressed out. And especially if they've been irking my nerve and all I'm doing is complaining about things, I'm not able to find the positive stuff. So I always recommend to parents is to, take a quiet moment and think about the positive things that your kids do that you don't take an opportunity to really acknowledge and notice, and just make a note of it. If you make a note of it, it'll kind of be on the forefront of your mind, and you'll find those opportunities to speak that truth to your kids. So transform the nagging by finding positive behaviors that you can notice and create an environment of respect and mutual cooperation. I mean, heck, I think we all like to be noticed for things that we do. I mean, not that it needs to be huge praise, but just when someone notices that you've done something kind or you've done something nice, it's just nice to know that someone has noticed it. In fact, while you're thinking of things, feel free to jot a few of those statements down in these comments below. I mean, sometimes these are things that our kids do, we take for granted and we don't notice, but take a moment and jot them down and feel free to put them in the comments below. And other parents may be able to notice some and use these similar statements with their kids as well. And like I said, there's a lot of things that sometimes we just take for granted. We don't take an opportunity to make these statements to our kids. So let's turn this chaotic environment where all we're doing is directing and correcting, and take those moments to notice the positive behavior that maybe we take for granted. And let's try to create an environment of mutual respect and cooperation where we all just are enjoying each other's company. So you got this parenting thing. we can enjoy this journey. Let's just take a few of these tips and incorporate them into our daily life. So I hope you enjoyed this tip. I look forward to seeing you next time.